We got a new workout for you today, our Wednesday workout. People crushed this morning, seem to absolutely love it, and I want to show you exactly what you can do if you can't make any of the classes. So warm-up's going to stay the same as last program, so you have that video. Make sure you always start with a little warm-up so that you can crush your workout. First exercise we're going to do a wall squat. So if you have access to an open wall, I highly recommend you use it because we're going to be using it for our first two exercises. If you can't find any, I can show you what you can do if you don't, but somewhere in your house, you should have some open wall. So first thing you're going to do is a squat hold with a press out. So we're going to get set up against the wall. We're going to get into a good squat position. We're going to tuck our hips, hold a weight, dumbbell, kettlebell, some other object in your hand. From here, you're going to hold that squat and press out. I'm going to do this 10 times. So obviously it's going to be harder with a heavier weight, but also getting nice and low is going to make it a lot harder too. So that's our first exercise. Second exercise is going to be a row. So we're going to get set up. I want you to try to keep your legs as straight as possible. Reach your hips back against that wall, so you're actually putting some weight on that wall. Your butt's pressing into the wall. You're going to get your back nice and flat, and you're looking down towards the floor. From here, you're going to do a row. We're going to do 10 rows. If you don't have any wall space, you can do the same thing by just doing a squat, hold, and press out, and then getting into a good hinge position for an RDL. If you do have the wall, it's a good little variation and can help give you a little support. You're going to go for 4 to 6 rounds there, and that's our first section. For our next section, we're going to have 3 exercises, and you're going to be working for 10 minutes straight, always focusing on quality form and good movement instead of just go, go, go. So first thing, we have a couple variations. We're going to do a seesaw floor press. So our first variation, we can get into our lying position. We have our lower back nice and flat, both arms high to the sky. One comes down. Now as my right arm goes up, my left comes down, just like a seesaw. Nice and controlled. I'm going to do 10 reps on each side. Second variation, to make it a little harder if you want, you're going to get into a dead bug position. So I have my legs up, knees at 90 degrees. Same exact thing with the press. Nice and controlled, right in the seesaw. Third variation, again to make it more challenging, I'm going to do a hip raise. Hold that hip raise position. And then do that seesaw press. So no matter which variation you choose, you're doing 10 on each side. You're only going to choose one. You're not doing all 3. If you want to switch it up each round, that's perfectly cool. Second exercise we're going to do is a lying roll up. So we're going to lie on the ground. You're going to get your hands underneath your lower back. You're going to crush your hands, elbows high to the sky, head and shoulder up. And take strong exhales. We're going to go for 6 to 8 breaths there. If you have to come down after a couple breaths and reset, that's perfectly cool. Third exercise is going to be a Sphinx Ninja Kick. So I'm going to show you from the front and the side. We're going to drop down into our forearms. I'm going to kick one leg long. I'm turning my toe out to the side. And I'm kicking out towards my hip. I'm trying to keep my foot in line with my hip, so I'm trying not to drop down or up too high. I'll show you from the side too. Reach, turn, kick. For that, you're going to do 10 on each side. Our third section is going to be 2 exercises. Our first exercise is going to be an all fours tricep kickback. So we're going to reach to the ground, tuck those hips. I'm in an all fours position. And I'm reaching my hand back to my pocket. I'm going to do 10 on both sides the first set. Then I'm going to do my second exercise, which is the bird dog, where we're dropping down into our forearms. We're going to reach, tuck, reach opposite arm and leg, a big strong exhale. Bring it back in. I'm going to do 6 on each side there. If that's too challenging, simply keep your arms still. And just reach your leg back. What's super important here is that you keep your hips tucked and don't do one of those. If you do that, you're not going to feel abs. You're going to feel a lot of crankiness in your back. 6 on each side. Then you're going to go back to your tricep, so that all fours tricep kickback. You're going to do 8 on each side. Then you go to your bird dog, 6 on each side, and your tricep, you do 6 on each side. So we're doing 2 less tricep extensions each set for a total of 3 sets. If that's too complicated to think about on your own, just do 10 reps each time. Don't get overwhelmed with it. Our last section, our conditioning. We're going to start in the first week with 3 rounds. It's going to be 2 exercises. Our first exercise is going to be 30 seconds long, 30 seconds rest. Our second exercise is 45 seconds long, 30 seconds rest. So we're going to do some inchworms, or reverse inchworms. So you have a couple options here. Hardest for your reverse inchworms is you start in a push-up position. You walk your hands back, hips high to the sky. Then you keep your hands still, walk your feet back. Then repeat. So you're actually moving like an inchworm. That's going to be the hardest. A little bit easier, a little modification is the same thing, but you stay still. So I walk my hands back, hips high, and then my feet stay still, and walk my hands back out. So I'm not actually moving anywhere. Our last option, you can do elevated, make it a little bit easier. If you do it elevated, you're not going to be able to do a reverse, so your hands obviously stay still, don't walk them off the chair. And your feet come in, hip high, big exhale, and then back. So we're doing that for 30 seconds. Again, just choose one variation. The last thing we're going to do for today's workout is a little box shuffle. So if you have space, you're going to create a little box if you can. What you're going to do is you're going to start back in one corner, a little athletic stance. You're kind of going to take a couple steps forward, shuffle side to side, back, shuffle the other way. You're just making that box. Make sure that you don't have anything behind you that you're going to trip on. If your box has to be a little smaller or more like a rectangle, that's okay. Do what works best for your space. If you really don't have any space to make a box, you could do just kind of forward, then back pedal one round, and then the second round switch to do that side shuffle. So you have 45 seconds there, then you're back to the inchworms. Again, if you have any questions, drop a comment, shoot us an email. We'd be happy to help.